Ladies and gentlemen, K Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is up about 1.2% on the S&P. We did see small caps, Russell 2000 and the banks doing about 2% today. Also, I think we got the Nasdaq around 1%. That was a little less today. So we finally did see small caps and the banks waking up a little bit here. I'm kind of wondering if they can continue higher. If the banks and the small caps can continue rally to the upside, we should see the market seeing a follow through remainder of this week. So let's look at the S&P 500 here on the 65-minute chart and trying to figure out what we can expect going into tomorrow and possibly Friday. So looks like so this was yesterday where we did the last hour of trading last night, and then looks like we gapped up, right? And so I tweeted out this morning that if the gap remains open, it will be better for the buyers. And we've seen these type of moves before where there was a gap up here, right? That gap up was filled right away. And then, we initially did make a move, but we stalled for a little bit. And then we did see a pullback. This is the first time we seeing the gap sustaining since this pullback right here back in This was back in last week. So that's a good sign. Gap still remains open as of today. We're kind of further away from the gap. That's also a good thing. Another good thing for the buyers is that we did clear this recent resistance, right, from yesterday. Looks like that was the first hour, gapped up, continued higher, pretty much recover from the loss it incurred last hour trading yesterday on the first hour today. And then we did see follow through on the second hour. We're barely clearing this resistance here on the second hour. Third hour, you see that the prior resistance did act as support, right? And then fourth hour, we continue to climb higher, just ever so slightly. And fifth hour, we saw that thrust to the upside. On the last hour, we did see some volatility, right? You can see that long lower wick that tells us that during the last hour, we did see price coming back down to near the recent pivot right here at 323. Found support, some dip buying activities occur. It brought it all the way back up to 325.60s or so, and then ended the day with the 325.18, right? So there were some up and down moves, last couple of days here. There's some red candles. We also talked about yesterday, just to follow up, we talked about how one-day move does not establish a trend, right? The bears needed to see a follow-through, but it looks like bears were not able to get the follow-through. By the price action this morning, the gap up kind of killed that momentum, killed that selling momentum real quick there. And with that move, price actually gotten back above my short-term moving average, and we've been staying above it all day. So going into tomorrow, right now, short-term sentiment is now back to bullish. We're back above my short-term moving average, and now we're back above this recent pivot, and the market is continuing to cultivate micro to short term higher lows here, right? Do you see that? So when you see, and we talked about this also last night on the video, that we do have higher highs, the cultivation. So you can see that we've been seeing this kind of uptrend developing there. So sentiment is bullish. Again, just everything looks bullish as of today going into tomorrow in the short term, unless some kind of shenanigan, but looks to be that the price is starting to build some momentum here to the upside. It took a little bit, but we can clearly see that it's starting to build some momentum to the upside. So if everything is going into tomorrow, if everything, is, normal circumstances without any kind of a shakedown or shenanigan, we should see continuing to the upside and retest that level at 327. Should the price decline tomorrow, 323 is a level to watch because that's a level where we found resistance here and then micro-term support earlier today, midday. So 323 is a level to watch. We have my short-term moving average at 322, the midpoint there, and then we got another gap support at 322, and also this gap fill level is also going to act as support. So we got pretty decent support in this vicinity, 323, 321. Should the price decline, or should there be any kind of shenanigan, right? So let's check out that oscillator real quick and see where we're at. So if I just zoom out a little bit here, you can see that you would think that oscillator will get to the overbought level with the price advancing pretty much throughout the day. What happened was oscillator actually moved sideways. So that's actually a good thing because we have a little bit of room left. Do you see that? So if buyers, if they want to push it up higher tomorrow, they definitely got the room here, right? Little bit of room. So only question is, are the buyers going to utilize and maximize a little bit of strength they might have left, right? So oscillator did not cross back down. We're kind of a neutral stance. I think because we saw that last hour sell-up yesterday and then we rallied right away, so it made the oscillator kind of move sideways, right? That means the buyers have energy left to push it up higher tomorrow and Friday. So it's a positive thing. But if we do see some kind of a bearish shenanigan sell-off, let's say we see something like that tomorrow, let's say if this thing starts curling back down like that, then we may have short-term bearish divergence of some sort that could get this to come back down to see maybe 322 or maybe fill the gap at 321. Again, gap is always great because when the gap gets filled, it does act as pretty decent support. So the chart and even the oscillator all tells us that going into tomorrow, that buyers have energy to push up. Trend is up. They've been building energy. Unless some kind of shenanigan, I think we could continue higher and retest 327 area tomorrow. And again, we still got the gap over here that needs to be filled. So if we do see continuation to the upside, and by the time we see that oscillator getting back up and hitting that overbought level, that will be that time we're gonna see price kind of getting back to that gap area and then the resistance. So the best way for the buyers can maximize from what they some energy that they have left will be a gap up. So if we see a gap up and then make a move, then totally bulls can maximize this. Obviously, bears want to maybe kill this momentum, come back down. Only downside for the bears, negative thing for the bears is that buyers have opened up this gap, and that gap should act as strong resist or support if the selling happens and if we do see that gap getting filled. So, but I think just looks of it, looks like we're gonna continue higher tomorrow. I will tweet things out and let you guys know where my oscillator's at, see if the buyer's getting higher or are we gonna have a bearish divergence. You can follow me at 2K Kim and on StockTwist and Twitter. We will go from there. I'll come back for you guys tomorrow night and we'll re-examine and we'll assess the situation at that time. Enjoy your evening. Good luck trading tomorrow.